location.
Let's go.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Sorry I didn't get do the live yesterday. I had by the time I got home and situated, it was already too late to set up a live or anything. So, and tonight I didn't think I was going to be live either because of a storm that came through.
Bush, can I take just a couple of minutes to thank somebody in chat?
Sure.
Grace, I got your package. I'm going to tell you what. I finally figured out how to work that thing today. You have no idea how much I thank you for that. Okay.
Yeah, Grace sent me a picture of her thumbnail that YouTube used on her video. It was my sticker, Bushcraft family sticker,
Huh.
on the pot that she was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? There is a bunch of great people in chat.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many I can't just name, because if I name a few, then the other ones will get jealous.
Yeah, that's why I said if it wasn't for the people in chat, I'd have gave up on my channel a long time ago, because all the hassles and stuff. But that's why I still stick around, I suppose.
Well, at least you're not an aggressive driver like some people we know.
Oh. Yeah, I seen that.
Man, I'm not saying nothing. I'm sitting here telling Dixie what's going on, and she's in the kitchen, stopped her mopping and looking at me like, is he that damn crazy? Evidently he is. All I got to say is, I'm not riding with him nowhere. He can ride with me. I man get you killed. Hello, Miss Dana B. Vester. Miss Grace. Eric. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric. What's up? I'm reading chat and just remember, hey, wait a minute, Eric's in chat with us.
Yeah, I made that video last night to put out for today, but noticed there was quite a bit more that popped up again. And I went back and of course it was Google, so I don't know how true Google is or isn't.
Look.
But the difference between recalls, we'll just go for recalls, not outbreaks. Recalls from the 80s and 90s, because I did both 80s and 90s. Now the 80s had some outbreaks, but it was mainly fast food, and everybody shouldn't. Well, on the west side of the country would remember Jack in a Box. That was a big thing. 80s, it might have been early 90s, but I think it was the 80s, where they started trying to improve the speed of getting their hamburgers out and stuff. So they said, oh, we only want to cook the burger for so many minutes on one side and so many minutes on the other side, which ended out finding that they were making people sick. And that was a major, and I'm surprised I never got, because I ate at Jack in the Box all the time. They had a ultimate cheeseburger that had 3 kinds of cheese, and it was 3 patty. I never got sick, but back then I probably had an iron gut.
What? Me and Dixie was going through looking at restaurants today, and let me see if I can't find the name of it. It's a well-known name brand. Yeah, White Castle.
Oh, the White Castle used to be good.
Now, from what we saw today, and again, I'm with you on this. I don't know what to believe, okay? Because YouTube, 98% of the stuff on there is a lie anyway.
Yeah.
But it was said that the biggest part of their burgers got mold on it. And they go ahead and cook it and serve it. When somebody gets sick, then they deal with the repercussion.
Yeah.
And if you really think about it, just about every restaurant's like that. Fast food chain is like that because they got money.
Well, the thing is, remember Burger King used to, that their big thing was flame broiled
Burger.
on a grill.
Right.
They don't do that no more. Those lines are painted on now.
Yeah, it's flat tops.
No, it's not even that. It's a machine. They slip the patty in and it goes around in a circle and cooks.
Oh, like a salamander?
They slide it in and it goes through a conveyor thing, and when it gets to the bottom, it plops out on the bread, and they move on to the next one.
That was the main reason I went to Burger King.
Yeah.
Because it had the taste in it, of charcoal. That's what 90% of the people are going back to charcoal grills because they want to taste the charcoal. And like you said, that's what they advertise, have it your way.
Yeah.
But
hold the pickle and hold the lettuce. Special orders done at lettuce.
But
all we ask is that you let us serve it your way.
I had to take raw onions off of mine.
The thing I looked at was recalls, and if they actually kept track of it and stuff. Well, the recalls for back then was so small. We're getting more in a week than we did in the 80s in a year.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow. Because there were like, and I don't know if it was just nobody advertised them or anything or what, but back then you would hardly hear about food, and I'm talking about food recalls, not like products and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's like there's so much stuff like glass, steel, wood, rocks that are being found in the package, being in the food itself. It's almost like they're dragging the food across the floor and then putting it in a package.
5-second rule.
Yeah.
There is no 5-second rule.
Sure there is. Watch the movie Waiting.
If it hits the floor,
Not
you got
if you.
hit it on the grill.
There is no such thing as a 5-second rule when you got a 2-second dog.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is true.
I used to work at a packaging company that packaged things up and stuff, from dog food to Butterfingers, and we were doing Baby Ruth and Butterfinger, the little the bite-sized ones. I think they're individually wrapped now, but they came in little boxes about yay big. So it was a fresh, new product, packaging product. So we were having trouble getting the machine done up right because the candy would go in the box, and then you'd have the machine would fold the tabs over and glue it, and then the ladies at the end would box it up in the cases, and then it gets shipped off. Well, we had so many bad jam ups and stuff that a lot of the Baby Ruths and Butterfingers, whichever one we were doing, would get crushed and would end up on the floor under the machine. So the company came in and said, we're going to send you some plastic trays that go underneath the machine. So anything that falls through the machine, it'll go for another product. So it ran through the machine, and at the end of the day, those trays were filled up. And lo and behold, where that stuff went to was in the ice cream toppings that we did in another room.
Oh no!
So these things fell through all the oil and the grease and the metal parts and stuff. So we ran it through in another area, which was an ice cream part of it, and we ran probably 100,000 units or something like that through, and then somebody said, "Oh, there's a bolt." So another guy comes in and said, "Well, we need to do quality control. Every 100 packages go through, we X-ray it for any metal, and if there is any, then we stop the line and clean, and then go on." Well, ding, ding, ding! First package it went through. And they said, "Well, we need to turn the setting down so it doesn't go off so much." So there was metal going out through that stuff, and that was early 2000 times, and that wasn't even the worst of them. I mean, there were some. Like the doggy treats, we would run doggy treats, and the same machine would run the jerkies. The Macho Man guy, he did the Snappy
Slim Jim.
Yeah, the same machine never got cleaned. Doggy treats were going through that thing. They would get smashed and all this stuff. And then here comes the Slim Jims.
Believe it or not, I never ate one of those Slim Jims.
Oh, I did. Matter of fact, when I saw Macho Man in a Publix, he had Slim Jims with him and some other stuff in his cart. Remember that? Yep.
Oh yeah.
Never got out of character either.
Okay.
Oh,
I used
so
to.
what you been up to, Jeff?
Well, believe it or not, I've been doing a little bit of work. Not much, holding the bed down mainly, keep it from rattling. But rest of this week, it's over with. I got to do some work outside, some weed eating, chainsawing. So, God, I
I
hate
was
that
hoping
chainsaw.
to. I was hoping to get back here, but the storm hit before I even got home.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, doing my seeds and everything, and this weekend, if it don't rain, to go ahead and pump the tires up on my tiller, both of them flat, and go ahead and till me some new soil up out there. Because when we first moved here, I had a garden there, and it done pretty good,
Hey,
But
what?
Dixie gonna be mad.
Eh,
Y'all
oh,
hear me all right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something's going on with the internet. I think they're working on the line somewhere.
You too? Because
Me
mine's been
three.
buffering. Mine's been buffering like crazy for the last 2 days.
If you still feel that way after you walk away from the computer, it may not be the internet.
I'm like that before the computer.
Yeah, I would rather instead of Slim Jim, I would rather have jerky.
Have you tasted what is it? Ostrich jerky?
Yeah,
That, believe it or not, that's good. That's
yeah.
better than I thought it would ever be.
I've had an ostrich steak. That's even better.
I've not had none of that.
Yeah, it's and again, you'll keep people complain about game taste and everything, but I don't have. I guess I don't have that thing in me to taste game taste and know.
Well,
That's the
I
way you
know
cook
for
them.
I know for a fact I don't have it because I can take a roast from a deer. I don't soak it. I don't power boil it. Power boil. I don't do that to it. Yeah, I mean, I'll
Oh,
throw it in the pan and I'll cook it like I would a normal roast. To me, it ain't got no taste, no game taste to it.
Somebody
yeah,
say they've had ostrich. Did one of y'all just say that?
Yep,
yeah.
Never
both
had
of them.
ostrich.
It's pretty good. It's on the lean side.
There's this
If
guy.
you get a chance, try it. You won't go back to the other stuff.
There's this guy. I forget which country he's in. He's somewhere over Middle East somewhere. But I watch his channel because he's always gardening. And he cooks outside a lot. But there was one episode. It was him and his. I guess it was his brother-in-laws. They cooked the whole ostrich. He's got like this big, huge like pit in the ground.
Yeah.
And man, that was a feat watching them, process that whole thing and cook it up.
Yeah, this was in New Mexico. Ostrich farm, and he said he's gonna make millions of dollars on it. Well, he did make some money, but he didn't. It didn't go as planned, I don't think. But we were over there, and he said, "Have you ever had it?" And I said, "No." I said, "Probably, it tastes like chicken. It's a big bird, so."
Yeah.
And it's the meat is, you wouldn't, if you had a cut of meat, you wouldn't think it would be um, a bird.
Mm.
But he marinated and grilled it and everything. It was really good.
I wish this country would get back to old school cookouts like that. You know, something in the ground or like a block party or something like that. You know,
You just let me know when to pull up, and I'll have some party favors.
Yeah.
hey, I hope you got some party drinks.
That's a favor.
Okay, that'd work. I'll
You
let you
got
sample.
you got a cooler in your hand. You're welcome at anyone's picnic.
Yeah,
No,
of course.
It's just foggy. Slow motion drips from the rain.
See you streaming from out on your veranda.
Yeah.
Well, I
Looks
see
like
you done
oh,
moved.
all
I can see you moved on kind of you showing your backyard now.
Yeah. Yeah, that wind came by. We ended up a state or two away.
Well, that could be good.
Yeah, it depends whose land we landed on.
Yeah,
right. Better
really.
hope it's not Jeff. I mean, Jim.
The
He'll be
bad
hearing,
thing about it is you're gonna have to build another bunker.
Jim,
You'll be hearing,
my trees.
you'll be hearing all kinds of gunfire.
Yeah, you can see the Christmas trees in the background.
And then the
Yeah.
flashes coming out the barrel.
Well, see, the bad thing about this, you're gonna have to build another bunker now.
Yeah. Alpaca farm. Yeah,
everybody's gonna move
that's
down
supposed to spend some money too. Yeah, not from the meat, from their hide, or not hide, but their fur. Or what would you call it? A wool?
on an alpaca.
Yeah, because they get sheared and everything, and that's the same as what was that expensive sweaters?
Oh,
You know, I
start
think it'd be the same thing, like maybe like a fleece.
Yeah,
cashmere.
cashmere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we got alpacas all over the place down here.
Hey, check it out, Jeff. You started it. Grace is going to bring the potato salad. Miss Bonnie's going to bring the apple cobbler and bluebell ice cream.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Let's
We
see.
halfway there already.
Hey, for the ice
Marinated
cream,
deer, tenderloin skewers, and baked potatoes. Oh yeah, I'm already there.
for the ice cream, just make sure nobody has licked it.
Right. Grace has got the sprinkles with bluebell.
I
Ooh.
wish, I really do wish that we could find a neutral ground and everybody just show up for one weekend.
Yeah. Well, they have all these get-togethers and stuff, but it's in Oklahoma and
Yeah,
Arkansas. Like,
shit. My car won't even make it around the block, much less go to Oklahoma.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm happy it makes it up the hill.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I do
I
appreciate
had,
that we could, commune and talk like we do. But yeah, we're in different parts of the country, different
yeah,
corners.
we are.
Ziggy's
I
going to bring
think
the cornbread. Ann's going to bring carrot cake and stuffed jalapenos.
Oh
Wow.
Lord, I'll take the jalapenos. If they done right, they some of the best things you can eat, other
Ooh,
than the
carrot cake. Oh, I love carrot cake.
This I
red
knew.
velvet cake.
Listen, the food started early tonight, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. In order for us to have a get together like this, we would have to plan about a year and a half ahead.
Save up money.
I say we all go to Jeff's house. That's what I say.
Believe it or not, I live on enough land that would hold everybody.
Cool.
As long as you don't bring no friends with you. You can bring relatives, but no friends.
Heck, you better off with the friends. Shoot. Some of the people that married into my family, like, who are these people?
Well, in
Yeah, I've
Jim,
got some winners in my family too, but
Well, see, I would like to have it to where it's not extremely hot. You know, it's got a little bit of heat.
I'll do it in the fall.
Either the fall or the spring. It
Well-
makes no difference.
it depends whose spring you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Our spring down here. Okay?
Well, spring in your time is a certain time of the year.
Our spring down here. That's what he meant to say. Ours,
Yeah.
not his.
Oh, not his. Okay.
No, not his.
Oh, them southern people down there, spring.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, past Atlanta.
Oh, you mean Florida?
Where it's about 70 degrees.
It's got to be south of the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That'd be a hell of a time. I know it would be.
Yeah. And you could have a little target practice out here.
Well, no, then you need to go to Jim's tree farm for that.
He'll come running out the woods like Paul Revere. The deer are coming. The deer are coming.
Get on the other side of his land.
You catch me
Run 'em
anywhere
back.
near that property, dude. No way.
Oh,
you know,
If we have this, I'll get Dixie to make her famous strawberry pretzel pie.
Well, she better make more than one.
Oh,
Watt and I'll take care of one. And Charles
So
needs
will
his own.
and a punch bowl cake.
If I live close enough to Jim, I would have to go and invest in some of those the deer target guys
Yeah.
and put them next to the trees like they're eating the trees. He'd come out there, boom, boom. Did I miss? Boom,
Right.
boom. And it just still sits there.
His ears are ringing tonight.
I could just see him.
Hey, honey, I shot a dummy. Oh, brother.
oh, that's funny.
But what you need to do is get you a great big grizzly bear standing up on his hind legs.
He
with
shoot
it.
that too.
You put it like at the back of his house where he goes out to go walking and it's standing right
Man.
there.
He's probably kicking his wife off that computer right now to get up here. He don't
Well,
get it
now-
till 9. I bet he gets up here sooner.
Now, I lived close to a farm where the guy had a dairy farm. He had roughly about 300 acres. That's pretty damn good size.
That's a nice
back
piece
then.
of land.
Yeah. But the bad thing about it is people were coming on his land hunting without permission.
Was it posted?
There was, yeah, it was posted and everything. There was a taxidermist a couple of miles up the road that Bobby and that guy become real good friends. So he had a couple of bears. He had done like that, and Bobby took them out in the woods and propped them up a side of a tree. And he said the next morning he heard gunshots and people screaming in the area. He said he knew what happened. He laughed so hard he didn't make it to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, they like that show that the wardens of wherever, whether they're in the southeast or
Yeah.
out west, whatever, they put up fake deer on the
Yeah, they
roadside,
do.
just off
Yeah.
the road. These
Yeah.
guys come by at night with their big spotlight, and they're shooting at anything. So,
Well,
but
now,
they're stupid because, first of all, why are you firing a high-powered rifle inside a vehicle? If you're not wearing earmuffs, you're not going to have any eardrums left.
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
It loud enough when just using a 22.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, now we have people where I'm at right now, spotlight hunting. That's what we
Oh
call it.
yeah.
You can say the only thing that really scares me, them using high powered rifles, is one of them rounds gonna come through the wall.
Yeah.
Dude,
Wait,
all
so
I got to say is this right here. I know what I'm saying. Okay. If one ever comes through the wall, all I got to say is bend over and kiss y'all ass goodbye. Because I'm coming for you.
what? So you're saying they're allowed to spotlight hunt, or they're just
No.
doing it? I was going to say
It's
that's
illegal.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, you can't even do it on your own land. That's
no.
what
Uh-uh.
they say. Okay, guys. We'll go ahead and do I've got 3 of them set up for tonight, but this first one is for members. Let me go ahead and
Uh-huh.
shuffle it up.
I never have
And
any.
Hey, I'm right beside you.
let me see if I can. Ooh,
Dang it. Look at that.
and that is the prize, and this is
Oh, those are nice.
fire starters. These things, when you get them going, you can have a bunch of wet kindling and stuff, and it'll start right up.
Okay.
It burns for a good while, and it's not a big package either, so it'd be good for a bug out bag or something like that, or just using it for barbecuing or something.
That's nice.
I got something similar to that. It's blue. It comes in full packages. And I found out the hard way. Do not hold that thing and light it.
Because there's also one that I want to pick up and test out. It's supposed to be so good that you can have really wet kindling and wood and stuff, and it'll stay lit and heat up so much that it'll catch fire. Anyways, let me go ahead and hit this thing and see who wins.
Oh, it's hypnotizing me.
I'm going so fast I can't even see my own name.
Oh,
No, it's in the
wow.
look at this.
Wow. How about that? Congratulations.
Oh, looky.
You don't have to use your lawnmower anymore, Bear.
That's the second thing I've ever won.
Man.
You know how close that was?
Yeah, I know.
Don't even tap your screen.
Very nice.
Let me go ahead and close that one.
Thank y'all.
Let
Thank you very much.
me close this one.
I got bad luck.
You got to make a video when you fire one of them up.
All right.
There you go.
Wait a minute. Do I have to fire it up outside? Can I fire it up in the house?
It's up to you, but I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Probably.
I was expecting Dixie to say something, but she didn't.
You don't want that to be allegedly.
No.
All right, let's see what else I don't win.
I bought
Okay,
some of
let
them.
me-
It's different, but it's the what is it? I forget the brand now, but it's those matches where they're like phosphorus or something. You light them, and it's almost impossible to put that thing out.
yeah, you can put them in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I've
bought some
got
of them one time. I still got them.
2 or 3 boxes of those, and a little thing that you put them in so they won't get wet.
I bought one. I was skeptical about it, but I opened the pack and I tried one, and yeah, I mean, shoot, that thing burned till it couldn't burn no more.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Got mine at Walmart.
I think that's where I got mine at. That's probably one of the better buys, better deals I got there. Dirty Rascals.
Well, what is it with Walmart? They're doing away with their camping stuff. There ain't nowhere near as much now as it used to be a couple of years ago.
Well, everybody was prepping and survival stuff was a lot more prominent. Now that everything's somewhat back to normal, nobody cares. So unless they're doing it, I'll put it that way.
Well, look at it like this. Unless they're calling for power outages or we got storms, you can't find no propane. Well, you can't find no propane, like at cylinders or the grills to use them.
You can't now, Jeff?
No, you can now. It's only when they're calling for storms like that.
Oh, yeah.
What gets me is people are so dumb when it's in stock. Why don't you go ahead and stock up?
Yep.
Get it.
I got 7 of them.
Well,
I've got maybe a case and a half.
That's about what I got of each. I got the great big green ones because I got 2 grills for that. And
yeah.
I got like the hairspray bottle. I've got 10 or 15 cans of those. I got
Now,
2 propane tanks.
This one here is for some garden gloves. I'll put a picture up here as soon as I can. All you have to do is explanation Gassy Jeff.
Really?
I don't know when we're supposed to get some more rain.
Glassy
And these are nice, some nice garden gloves too. They're supposed to be breathable and all that fancy stuff. That's what they look like right there. I don't know. I think there's just the green and black ones.
Well, I gotta learn how to spell.
You don't know how to spell your name?
Make sure it's all one word too.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the info.
Well, it shows right there on the screen.
I know that.
Good thing it wasn't somebody else's name.
Oh, hey, do I have to put to join?
No, just in Grace, it's not explanation, or it's explanation point, not hashtag.
Thanks. I was going to put hashtag.
You guys will be able to see your names pop up here, and this is everybody can get on this one.
You know what? I think I'll go ahead and hook my other little thing up to this. Get it right. I hope.
I got faith in you.
Do God day. I gotta figure out where everything is on this thing. Oh, there. Well,
have you ever grown bok choy?
Yeah.
I planted some this year just to give it a shot. They're doing pretty well.
Why did you say that?
What's that? I know it was kind of random. I just happened to think about it at the time.
No, no. It ain't bok choy. I thought about when you said it.
Okay, we got Eric, Dana B, Ann, Jeff, Bonnie, Rose, Grace, Jennifer, Ziggy, Vester, and Pat so far.
I hate this thing at times. I'm just now learning it. Well, evidently, I ain't learned it that damn good.
Okay. Close that real quick.
Okay. I do that one.
Yeah, I was looking through my seeds, and I don't even remember when I bought the bok choy seeds or how I came about getting them. But I said, well, heck, let me just plant some and see how they go. But they're doing good, so I said, heck, I'm gonna plant some more.
Yep. It's you can fry it up like cabbage. It's real good.
Yeah,
Bacon and just fry some bacon up with it, and oh, good stuff.
oh yeah, I love stuff like
There
that.
it is.
Okay, we'll go ahead and hit the button. Make sure I only hit it once this time. Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boop. What did it say?
And ain't nothing up there.
Did it say anything?
I can't see nothing.
It's too gassy.
Oh no, Rose won.
Congratulations.
This is one.
Yeah. It'll put it up on in chat. And then when she types something, it'll
I
pop
see it
up
now.
over here.
Congrats, Rose.
Now,
That's
make
awesome.
sure you guys send me your addresses and everything so I can send this stuff out. Oh, yeah, there it is. I like how it only allows the winner to chat in the box there. And our last one, let me go ahead and close this.
Hold off on the last one till the last 30 minutes of the show.
Well, it depends. Oh, there we go. I had to put my chair up. It's running out of air, and I keep going. There we go. Reset. There we go. Put that back up there. Our last one is for super chats. So whoever did super chats over the month, I put your names, and that's the thing is if you did 1, 2, or 3 super chats, then you get 3 entries. So
That's cool.
But yeah, I was checking them gloves out, and they're I mean, you could use them for all kinds of stuff because they're
Like
they're
stretchy.
grip latex things.
Oh,
So
okay.
you could get in the muck of the mud and stuff and keep your hands, and the top part of it breathes, so it's not like you're in.
And sweat.
Yeah.
Got something like that when I do electrical, doing like wire pulls and stuff.
Thank you, Ann. I appreciate it. And your name will be added to the next month's giveaway. I think you're already on. Yeah, you're already on there twice. I can't. Oh. Ziggy. Thank you, Ziggy. I appreciate it. Oh, Jeff, you didn't have to do that.
I know I didn't have to. I'm going to do another one. Hell, I ain't got $4 in the bank. Yeah. Yeah, we get paid Friday.
Oh, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Okay. Well, that wasn't my $4.
Hey Eric, did you know today is National Shrimp Scampi Day?
Oh Lord.
oh,
Probably should have
When
told you that
you-
earlier.
The other day, but that's
when
okay.
you-
You were ahead
I
of the
can make-
curve. I like it.
I can make a batch tonight. That'll be my 2 a.m. feeding.
2 a.m. feeding.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No, wrong way. Yep, that's it.
Grace, you know you can eat shrimp at any time, dear, even breakfast.
I
Shrimp
want to.
shrimp and grits. Try it. It's good.
Believe it or not, that's one dish I've never had.
shrimp and grits. Oh,
Yep.
have you
Yeah,
had
I
grits?
have. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say.
All right. Yeah,
I know
plenty of-
you're in the north, but still.
Yeah.
You really should. You still going there, ain't you?
All right.
Oh man, I remember because up here, it's kind of the same thing. Well, not really, but instead of the grits, they make what's called mush.
Morash. Mush.
You go ahead, it's cornmeal and some other stuff, and you boil it up, and then you mix it up real good, and then you put it on a plate or in a pan or something, and put it in the refrigerator, and then the next day you get out and you slice it, and then you fry it up in bacon grease, and oh, that's some good stuff.
Mm.
You
Well,
can
I tell
put
you
syrup
what,
on it.
You cook grits long enough, they become mush.
Well, yeah, that's why I said it's kind of the same thing, but not quite. But
Yeah.
because that's my grandpa would make it all the time. Only on chilly nights that he could leave it out, and
Right.
it would stiffen up because we didn't have electricity or anything. And then the next day he would slice it up and fry it in bacon grease, and then you put syrup. Oh, good stuff.
Well, you know, before I had my heart attack, you could not run fast enough to give me grits. And then after I had my heart attack, I got a craving for them.
Oh,
Man, I
really?
love them. Yeah.
We got some weird stuff going on in chat. We got people saying grits is cereal.
No,
I mean, it's getting out of control.
no.
I don't know. It's getting out of control.
And I know that
Multi-meal?
way too. Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes,
That-
I have a scrapple, and you can keep that junk. I've
Pat?
tried it.
Scrapple?
you're
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
you're. I thought you were from the South, Pat. Multi-mill.
Almost like souse meat, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I've ate it plain, and I've ate it soaked in vinegar.
It's good fried.
Dude, I'll tell you like this. I prefer to have it plain than soaked in vinegar, and I won't eat neither one of them no more.
Did you ever eat souse meat?
I want to say yes, but I can't remember it because
Yeah.
mom and daddy was always doing stuff like it. Down here,
My mom loved that stuff.
if you are invited to a neighbor's house to eat, you
Yeah.
never ask them, what are we having?
You got what you got.
Well, yeah, but some of the stuff you got, you may not want to know what it was.
I'm gonna ask in a nonchalant way, you know. Beat
I
around
don't
the bush.
know. I've had some wonky stuff.
Be like,
I've had roadkill before, didn't know it.
Oh yeah, that nothing to that. But my grandpa went out in a pond that he dug himself, and there was cattails in there, and he grabbed a bunch of the cattails and the bulbs at the bottom of them, and cleaned them up and fried them up, and those things were delicious.
Well, they say you can eat cattails, but I don't
The
have.
tender shoots of it at the
they're
bottom.
like the supermarket of the grocery store of the wild.
Oh yeah. Well, Jeff, you know what poke salad is.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Poke salad.
it's growing everywhere.
Yeah.
This time of the year, it's exploding. I mean, it's like around here, you can go in any direction and find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the tender leaves as they coming out. Don't wait till they get
bigger.
damn near.
Remember as a kid, you know how they make those big old juicy berries? We'd get those when the berries would form. We get them berries and sling them at each other like a paintball. You know, they'll explode, and that juice would be all over you for. You had to scrub it off
For months.
Yeah, like somebody done dumped dry Kool-Aid on you.
Well, what I hate is when you're mowing and run into a bunch of them. You got it on your clothes, your neck, side of your face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember one time this we were on a riverside somewhere, and it was younger folks drinking and whatnot, and this one dude kept picking on this guy and throwing him in the water and doing different stuff. So he got one of those branches that had all those berries, and he hard as he could swung it and splatted him on the face with it. His face turned bright red. Then he ran like hell.
I bet.
What I used to love doing, and I know everybody in here know what I'm talking about, Scuppy Dines and Musky Dines.
Oh
right?
yeah, I love them.
Well, you know, if your body is not used to it, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Well, about like that, you know, people who you really didn't like that much or kept picking on you.
They'll clean you out for sure.
For the next 2 or 3 days, they will clean you out.
Yeah,
you know, you pick your little brown paper bag of them and come back into camp eating some. And he's gonna want all of them.
Yeah.
That's all right.
You remember it could be either your grandma or your grandpa. Something that they used to fix that was, you know, you could never duplicate, you know, be it biscuits and gravy or something that you wish you could have again type of thing.
Yeah.
My grandmother fixed 2 things I cannot duplicate to this day. One of them is peas and carrots, and the other one that she made was her mint tea. Just as soon as I knew she made tea, I raided her house. And I was not her favorite.
I wonder why.
Yeah, out of about 30 of us, she only favored 2. That's it.
Mine would
But she-
mine for my my grandma. I don't think she ever fixed me anything, but my grandpa, it was them big old flapjacks, his pancakes.
Oh, I can fix
Big,
them.
big as a cast iron skillet, and it was like that, and you had to eat the whole thing.
Just fix me one, Grandpa. I don't think my stomach can deal with 2 or 3.
Oh man.
Well, see, you're lucky right there. I never had a grandpa. Both of mine passed before I was born or shortly after I was born. So I never got to meet neither one of them. And I had one grandmother. Well, I had 2 of them, but one was evil, pure evil, and the other one wasn't far from it. So
Yeah. Well, my grandma was a gypsy, and she didn't like boys. So now my sister, oh, my sister got candy and all kinds of stuff. No, I didn't get anything.
well, my grandmother would used to tell me when a thunderstorm come up to drive a 40 penny nail in the ground, stick my head to it. I could hear the devil beat his wife. That's how much she loved me.
You know, I was raised as an only child, and my sisters, they didn't appreciate that too much. But no, I was blessed. I got to meet all my grandparents. And thank God I had my grandfathers. And got to meet one of my great grandparents. I got to meet my mom's grandma.
Oh wow.
As a kid, and I still remember that.
That's rare.
And she was in her late 90s then, mid to late 90s then, but I mean, for the most part, she was still in the right mind, the right state of mind.
I don't think
That was a
my
blessing.
grandmother was in the right state of mind.
By the bloodline standards, she was doing pretty good.
My grandmother, the one I remember the most, she stood about 4'6", 4'7", somewhere like that. She got in a fight with a log chain and tried to cut it down with a pair of scissors. Because my daddy made a tire swing and she didn't like it.
Homemade oatmeal cookies with lard.
Now, wait a minute. Are we talking Crisco or are we talking
Well,
pure
that's
old school?
lard is lard. Crisco is
I know.
man-made stuff.
It was
But
made
that
for
a lot of
some reason.
people, that's what they used for the longest time. They swore by that Crisco.
Hey, I still use Crisco to this day. So did my parents. But don't get me wrong. I may go buy a small can of it. And when I get ready to use it again, I have to go buy some more because it done went rancid. That's about how often we use Crisco.
Yeah. I don't even think they had it at where my grandpa went to the store, and I don't even think that was considered a store, but they had a few things on the shelf. I don't even remember my grandpa even having a can opener. to open a can from a store. All the food, vegetables and stuff was stored in jars. Because I remember having to clean the jars and stuff to get it ready for canning and stuff. And as far as like lard, that was the main ingredient. That or butter for frying stuff.
You know, I wish I can get some old school lard, you know, and try it. It's been so, I know I've had it, but I just can't remember it. And I'm doing business with a place right up the road here. Wait a minute.
Hey, Bubba.
It is called Dunlap Farms. And, you know, a pound of sausage, a pound of cube steak, which I went and got $6 a pound, which I don't think that's bad. But that's all right. Wait till my next go around. I'm going to shoot them a good link then. But she sets up.
Yeah, you get lard at the store.
You can, but the way I look at it, if you get it in a store, somewhere along the line it's been tampered with. You know, they've got to put this and that in it. That's my way of thinking. I may be wrong. But
you ever heard of sunker?
No.
You ain't never heard the term sunker?
Not in my knowledge, I've not.
Well, my grandmother, of course, she was, and that side of the family was from Mount Airy, and it was basically just cobbler, you know what I mean? But they called it sunker. And she would make that sometimes. Like she would use peaches sometimes, but mainly she would use like strawberries or like blackberries, because up in there, them things grow wild. She always, would always have blackberries or something like that.
Yeah. Well, now, if it's made right, blackberry cobbler is some of the best cobbler.
Oh yeah.
You can eat.
She'd make it in her cast iron skillet, just like you would your cobbler, but they called it sunker.
Never heard of it. Now, Dixie, she can make some of the best peach cobbler that taste.
Yeah. It's almost about that time for them.
The best peach cobbler I ever had was they actually grilled the peaches on a grill.
Yeah.
They cut them in half and
does something to the sugars that enhances the flavor.
Man.
I gotta try that.
They chopped it up and did their,
Oh, you won't be disappointed.
Oh man. It was they had ice cream and I was like scooting ice cream over.
Dude, homemade ice cream.
Oh.
Homemade ice cream on any cobbler is the best.
They had Amish apple pie with homemade ice cream up there at that food summit. I think that's what it was. Was that?
Yeah, I bet that was some good stuff.
Oh man.
How long do they hold that?
Every year. It's going to be June.
What month?
10th or 11th. Oh no, it's just once a year.
Dixie, we're going up north. Next month after next. I mean, I've always wanted to go to a place like that.
Oh, brother.
It's just
Here we go.
Duck.
Yeah.
I haven't said anything yet.
We already know the deer are coming. We know.
Yeah.
We got the memo.
I can hear the stampede coming through the woods.
I hear them. Hear him prancing.
Yeah,
I'm getting sunburn.
That's because you're up in that deer stand all day long.
Now I'm outside working.
We can't tell mine because the green screen fades my skin. So
There's some nice trees in the background. Bushcraft.
yeah, we were already talking about them.
Yeah. That's the Twilight set from the movie.
Well, we had you're going to have a storm coming your way, but
Most of it's missing us to the north. Speaking of storms, last weekend they were calling for bad weather. We got 1/10 of an inch of rain. It's pathetic. We're in the no rain zone.
yeah. As soon as I got home, came through the door and seen a trash can flying over top my truck.
That's not a good sign.
Nope.
No.
And
that sounds like some of the bars I used to go to.
We haven't been to a barn. I don't. It must be almost 30 years.
I had to do a service call at a bar today.
Yeah, but you were there doing work. Not. I don't think you were drinking, were you? What?
Nah, I'm not with a drink.
oh, we still got some more coming. Oh, I thought it was done.
What?
About
weather.
9:30 is when it's going to hit again. So
It's most of it is missing us to the north. It's like northeast of Harrisburg. And we need. I got to give up telling. It's too dry to even where to till soil here.
Yeah,
would
we need
take
some
me
rain here
almost
too.
8 hours to go from here to Dayton, Ohio.
yeah,
That is-
we were at the store and the sirens going off, telling us that there's possible tornadoes and high winds and all that. Everybody's freaking out and running to the door and stuff. But I just got power probably about an hour before live started.
One township next to us has had 6 power outages this past year from the ice storms. We only lost power twice, and it came back within a short amount of time. I got a question, Jeff. Have you ever been to Carrollton, Kentucky?
No,
'Cause that's where some of my ancestors came from.
And this is
I don't think I've ever been in Kentucky.
It's right near the Indiana border.
I don't think I know I've never been to Kentucky.
You've never been to Kentucky?
No.
I've never been
been-
there either.
I've been all the way from Miami up to New York. I had to go through the Holland Tunnel up there.
I don't think that's as bad as the Baltimore Tunnel.
Well, they told me after I got back, the tunnel I went through and the time that I went through it was the worst place to cross over, period.
Yeah, it's a cookie. I didn't know what to do with and it had a cookie thing. So I said, okay, you can't hardly make out the names, but whoever it lands on. But the prize is going to be garden tool. And I want to tell you, these things are awesome. I've got one of them, and all you do is scoot it back and forth on just under the soil a little bit. It just rips some weeds out. You can go through weeding so fast. It's a little hand thing there, and just go
Nice.
back
That
and
is
forth.
handy.
I use a grubbing hoe.
A garden tool or a defense weapon.
And
That thing looks pretty nasty.
like I said, oh, let me put it back on this thing.
There's teeth on that
It
thing.
looks like it can get nasty.
Oh yeah, and once you pull it, pulls the root out and everything. And if it's real small, it just chops it up.
I'd love to have that, but no, won't have. Ain't no way I'll get two in one night.
You never know.
Look,
And again, if
confident.
like last month, I'll get it out in a minute. It was super chats for last month. There we go. Okay, let me go ahead and spin this thing. Look at all them chocolate chips spinning around.
I want chocolate chip cookie now.
Oh, you were close, Jeff. Susie
Was
E got it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I
Congrats,
was.
Susie E. If you're still in there, make sure you send me an email. Tell me you won the garden tool.
Close, but no horseshoe. Hello, Bubba. How you doing, sir? I know you've been in here a while.
Bushcraft, do the tools come with any kind of warranty?
Don't use
I don't
it,
know.
man.
Don't use it around deer.
Yeah.
Don't use it
Don't
to
use
dress
it,
out
Bob.
at there either.
Don't use it as a scratching post.
The garden tools have gone up in price tremendously over the past 4 years.
You're frozen again. There you go.
You figure you could get a half decent shovel for like $8, $9. Now they're like 16, 17 bucks.
Yeah.
Y'all about
Hey there, Larry.
Hey, Larry.
They have them on Amazon. That's where I got mine.
Are they USA made, you think?
Huh?
Are they made in the USA?
Probably not.
You figure something like a shovel, okay, why would we make that in China? It's just a piece of wood and a piece of metal. And all these nursery spades that I use, they're all made in the USA. Like the King of Spades and the one I got from Home Depot.
There is this one tool that I got. They said it's a weed puller. I mean, it's made out of cast iron. It's a well-made thing. And they wanted me to do a review on it. And I said, sure. And as soon as I got it, because anytime I get a product or anything, I said, well, okay, I'm going to start making the video. Is there anything that you want me to put in the video, like a discount code or a coupon or anything like that? And they never emailed me back. So I'm like, well, you never gave me any information. It's all I got. And the thing was, it's long and, a skinny tool and everything. I mean, the box could have been about this big, what it said in. It was actually in a box that big, but they put it in another box that was, I mean, huge. And I went to post office and I'm like, I wonder what this is, Open it up. There's a little skinny box in there. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
I got a question for Bubba. What kind of storm are you talking about?
1842. Great father John was killed by a fallen tree. Huh.
Hey, this is the third. Let's see, this is the third year we've had a dry spring here.
We haven't done too bad, but I don't want to say anything because last year was horrible.
And then you never know, we could get a hurricane in June like we had in the 70s. I remember Hurricane Agnes.
Well, there's a Hurricane Karen this year. So
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
that to look forward to.
Okay, you mean the fires? Okay, I thought you were talking about the weather. Yeah, there's still a few fires in Pennsylvania. I heard on the news.
Oh yeah, there's fires all over. I mean, you can look at the map. See if I can find
Instead
it.
of having a power outage map, we need a fire map.
There is.
There is.
Yeah,
Oh, there's a map for everything.
yeah, and it'll actually tell you the if there's a lot of dust or smoke in the air and stuff. Actually, Pennsylvania's got a doozy going right now.
It's dry. If I walk around on any ground that I tilled this spring, my pants are just covered with dust.
Where smoke? No, that's not it.
Hey, we need a storm Dana B to come up like around the Chesapeake Bay.
Somebody spinning a wheel or a clock ticking.
Clock ticking.
It's too fast for a clock.
I don't hear anything on my end.
Boy, I do here.
Yeah, closer you get, the more you can see the fires.
Oh, that's fire?
This is not fire. That's dust or pollen, depending.
There's a lot of pollen. The windshield of our vehicles is just covered with it.
Used to be able to turn that off. I forget where it's at.
Bushcraft, do me a favor.
Huh?
Mute Jim for a minute.
Huh?
Mute Jim for a minute.
Muting?
Yeah.
I'll mute myself. Okay.
It stopped.
I don't hear anything. It could be the wind.
No, it's on your end because when you muted, it stopped.
There's always some. It could be the refrigerator. There's always some sound in the house.
If that's coming from your refrigerator, you need a new one.
I mean, I can just barely hear the refrigerator from here. How loud is
Sounds like a ceiling fan.
No, I don't have any ceiling fan.
So you do hear it.
I don't. I have too much ringing in my ears to hear anything
Okay.
low.
It's probably the camera.
The camera's making a noise?
I don't know. I'm just.
Damn, how old is that camera?
And probably listen. Probably a year old.
Yeah, North Carolina has a
Do
couple.
either one of y'all hear that?
I can't hear anything. I just hear the bugs and the frogs chirping.
All right. I'm going to close the subject.
Like I don't have any appliances running. The air isn't on. The washer's not on. The dryer's not on.
What about the microwave? Is it running?
Nah, we have no appliances running right now.
If that's the microwave, that thing's set in super fast turbo time.
There's always some kind of sound outside. If I go,
Bubba, do you hear it?
do you still hear it? What does it sound like at your end, Jeff?
Yeah.
I can
Sounds
hear.
like an extremely fast clock ticking.
Now I can
Like that?
hear traffic a half a mile away from Germantown Pike.
Bubba News hears it. Nope.
Like the clock on the mantle, well, it's the hearth. That okay? You can hear that like when it goes to the hour. Then all the other clocks are LED.
You don't have a
Rosie,
window open, do you?
I got all kinds of windows open because I
No,
got
no. I mean, a browser window.
I have YouTube open.
Well,
Rosie
it
here.
is because it could be like the playing the wheel spinning. So that's what everybody's
Yeah.
saying. It sounds like.
I have YouTube muted.
Oh, okay.
Let me get out of YouTube and let's see if we guys can hear it. Do you hear it now? I went to Google.
Yep. Tick, tick, tick,
Yep.
tick, 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 tick,
You
tick.
can still hear it. Maybe it's my heart beating.
No, I think those deer are getting smart and they planted something under your house.
And actually, my wife took my pulse a few weeks ago. It had to do with the family number going on about her pulse rate running. And I was shocked that it was only 48.
Yeah, that's quite low.
But that's actually good. For me.
Actually, it's not. You need to have blood pressure.
Well, that's good too. It's from doing all this.
Well, you're frozen, so we can't see you. Okay.
It's from lifting weights.
Oh,
I'm surprised it didn't freeze again.
My wife's pulse is about 40.
Wow.
And my wife has low blood pressure. Can you believe that?
well, that sounds like if her pulse is in the 40s, because I think a normal pulse is 68, isn't it, or 67?
It depends on the age. The older you get, I tell you, it's for me lifting weights because my niece is a marathon runner, and she was talking about, her pulse was so low. It's because she runs these marathons. I mean, it actually, my niece was bragging about her pulse rate on Facebook, and she's got 3,000 followers. So I said to my wife, "Why don't you take my pulse just to see what it is? Because we haven't taken it in a while."
We got a helicopter.
Well, Jim, I asked everybody else this question. Well, I think Jeff's the only one that answered it, though. You remember something that your grandpa or your grandma used to make, and what was your favorite dish or meal or something?
When I was a kid and they still had their farm before the state took it for the park, we would go there every year for Thanksgiving. And one thing I remember with the turkey meal, she made this green bean casserole with the onions on it.
Yeah.
And that was delicious. Because they had this old farmhouse they bought from a priest. And it had a room that added on that went around three sides of the house. And they had a dining room that must have been 30 foot by about 15 foot. With a long table.
That's a pretty good sized room.
They had a dining room table that was big enough to probably seat about 16 people. And the room that was added on, part of it they called a sun porch. And it was the part in the front of the house, while it was the side, wasn't heated. And you could see all these mice holes. They had problems with mice because it was an old house built in the 1700s. There was holes in the baseboarding in the sunroom. But I don't it kind of creeped me out going over there because of the mice problem. And they didn't have a cat.
See, everybody says the dumping stuff is gross, bad stuff. And look, Eric dumped a bag of cookies over Turner's head.
Yeah,
I dumped a mode top on somebody the other night.
Look what Grace did. That's worse.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm still waiting.
Rotten eggs.
I'm still waiting
Poor
for the
Larry.
Yeti.
Oh, eggs went down in price $1 a dozen, according to the wife.
I still get mine for $5 from the Amish.
Speaking of eggs, I saw on a website the biggest egg company in the country had the best quarter last fall.
Yep. And it
Oh,
seems
right.
that they do this every couple years.
For the longest time, before Joe became president, you could go to the Redner's grocery store and get eggs that came from Reading, PA, and the regular price was like maybe $1.29 a dozen. And like every few months, they'd have them on sale for 99 cents a dozen for the large eggs. I think everybody knows large is now medium.
Well, do you know that the largest egg producer out there is also the one that has the feed from Tractor Supply? Yeah.
Now, what's in that feed that's different?
Well, it depends. At one point, a couple years ago, that all the chickens stopped laying eggs, and they blamed it on the feed. And they looked at where the feed came from. It was Tractor Supply.
And that's just hard yellow corn, isn't it?
Oh no, there's a little bit more to it. I mean, you can give them crack corn, but whatever was in it, they stopped laying eggs, and a lot of homesteaders that don't deal with Tractor Supply and stuff because of Tractor Supply. They started going to these grain dealers and stuff, and they would make their own, because you can get like a 50-pound bag of this and a 50-pound bag of that and mix it together, and it's so much better than the stuff you buy at the feed stores.
I'm frozen again.
Yeah.
And it's not hot here. I mean, it's not cool here. I'd have that little heater on.
I've got my AC going.
Me too.
It only got to 80. It's supposed to get down to 62 tonight.
Yeah, it was hot today. It wasn't too bad because we had a nice breeze, but wasn't too bad.
There you go. We finally got it.
It's been very windy this spring. And they're still telling people on the news not to burn.
Yeah, you see that a lot. That's where the fermented chicken feed and stuff started coming out again. It's been around for a long time, but it just all of a sudden blew up.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Did anybody see Trump's speech in Michigan, the rally?
No.
That's part of it.
I saw a little of it tonight. It sounds like I thought he was going to announce that he did a trade deal with India, but I guess it's not completely ironed out yet.
Hey, Josh.
All the metal stuff?
Let me ask y'all up here on panel and everybody else in chat, which is a dumb question. Do y'all think that Trump has helped us or is hurting us right now at this moment?
I think he's helping us.
He's helped us a tremendous amount. Look what he stopped at the border. He stopped that madness down there.
Yeah, but he's going to bring manufacturing back.
Yeah, the guy's been in office 100 days, and everybody wants everything to be peachy keen. It don't work that way.
Yeah, that's what irritated me, is like, oh, everything's been good now. I'm like, we've had 4 years of something.
4 years is right. 4 years of that fool.
You can't fix that overnight.
And that, well, actually, the right word is, well, I better not. But yeah, you're not going to fix it overnight. So yeah, I think you're doing a great job.
Tonight I was watching a few minutes of the ABC fake news with David Miller, and they showed a little of, because someone from ABC interviewed Trump, and they were going to show that later this evening.
Yeah.
And the guy that interviewed Trump was disagreeing with him and just kept interrupting him.
And that happened practically every time he's opened his mouth.
Yeah.
And 92% of the coverage of Trump has all been negative.
Oh, that's normal. Negativity sells.
That was like that when Trump was in office for 4 years.
Yeah.
Imagine if he was fighting lawsuits and all that other crap, how much he could have gotten done his first term.
They won't give him credit for anything. They make it sound. The other night I was watching the ABC News, and they're trying to make people feel sorry that a woman was being deported with their 2 kids, and they claim the one kid had cancer. That's beside the point. If you come here illegally, the law says, you got to be deported. You can't reward people for bad behavior.
You got to go to some of these other countries and sneak into their country and see what happens to you.
You won't make it out.
No.
You won't make it out.
You'll become a permanent resident.
I know. Yeah. Just Canada.
Snap rocks.
Just getting in and out of Canada is a mess. When my son the band went to Canada last week and they came back, they got people in there going through all kinds of stuff because I got a trailer with the equipment for the band. And he says it's already taken 2 hours for them to go through. Yeah. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, wait a minute. I got another question. Okay. If a person comes to this country illegally, all right, but yet they are trying to take the steps to become a legal person, should they be deported or not?
Of course.
Unless they were issued a green card and came here legally.
How about the people that did it the right way and are still waiting in line? Don't they count?
I'm not going to disagree with that right there. Okay. But I guess what I think I'm trying to say is some of these people are, let's say, poor that they can't really go through their government to get it done. They think they can get it done a little bit cheaper and make more money here to get it done.
Yeah, but not everyone coming through the southern border is from Mexico, so they're probably not on. They're not on their government's assistance. They're getting brought in by, coyotes and whatever you want to call them that are, And
agreed.
And you know that if you want to come into this country, you go to the border. They have an office there that you can
border crossing
paperwork out. Boom.
Now, see, I had forgot all about that till you just mentioned something. Okay, I forgot all about that. But if they go through that,
by Tijuana, there's thousands of cars come back and forth through there every day.
But one thing you got to remember, Jeff. Okay, allegedly, I've read this on government websites. 2/3 of the people that come to this country legally that become American citizens end up the rest of their life on some kind of government assistance program. It could take 2 generations before their kids are even off of it.
Going back,
if you ask me, what Trump's doing, the Democrats are against. You want to come to this country, pay. Most of the people that come here we've become a welfare state. If somebody comes here, they got to be able to support themselves, not be on, government assisted programs for the rest of their life. And their kids, it's the same thing. Some of these people that own, one reason why there's so many foreigners that have gas station businesses, they have from the oil company, or they have, tobacco stores, dollar stores. They take turns. Whoever business the name is in. The first 7 years, they don't pay federal income taxes. Then the wife takes over the business for 7 years. It's her business. She doesn't pay taxes for 7 years. Then it goes to the kids. There's all these incentives for foreigners coming here. If you ask me, it's discrimination.
Now, I do kind of agree. Well, I don't kind of. I do agree with what Trump is trying to do. He is trying to get America back to #1 again, bring the jobs back here. So that way we can help support immigrants. I'll put it like that. I don't want to say illegals or nothing like that. But the people who really want to become a citizen, okay? In other words, for us to help them, we've got to help us first.
And you also got to remember, a country can only support so many people.
Agreed.
I mean, the Statue of Liberty, you know, give us your poor, your weak, your what. I get it, okay? But that was how many years ago? And we're like at 360, 370 now million.
Something like that.
You can't. You cannot sustain an economy when you're letting millions of people in here illegally. You just can't.
Agreed. I agree with that.
And another thing that with the Doge and all this stuff and why everyone's ticked off, it's because they're all been exposed because they're all thieves on both sides of the aisle, Republicans and Democrats. They're all thieves.
Well, you just said something I've been saying for the last, 3-4 years, but everybody knows it. We've been hearing a lot of bad stuff about the Democrats. That does not give the Republicans a right to hold their head up, because there's a lot of Republicans that is as bad as Democrats.
Absolutely. They could have fixed that border years ago. Years ago, they could have.
Yeah, they could have.
And all this money that's been wasted on, you know, condoms to other countries and $20 million. Yeah.
And you got to remember when there's some type of, I'll call it a deal. It's a deal. We're going to send this to you. You don't think there's a kickback coming to somebody? These congressmen, what do they make? $180,000 a year, if that. And
I would love to make $80,000.
Look what Pelosi's worth. She's an inside trader.
Yeah.
You know, they're all corrupt. That's why we're in the mess we're in.
Yeah.
I can see why her husband stayed drunk.
But the ones I have found that you look for the ones that scream and cry that this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong, and then find out where they're getting theirs from, and there's your sign right there.
And
well, me and you both know who screams the loudest is the guiltiest.
Yep. Take away my free money, and oh boy.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I think I kind of stepped in it when I asked that question for the first time, you know. But I didn't mean for his show, Bushcraft show, to go this direction, but it did. You know.
Well, I'm done. I said my piece. Now, what are we having for dinner tonight or dessert?
Homegrown mayo sandwich with mayonnaise, salt, and pepper.
You got mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. That's my deal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. Or the ghost favorite food, a banana with mayonnaise.
Banana.
Don't forget the apple pie a la mode. Almost hot, just really warm with vanilla bean ice cream. Vanilla bean. It's got to be vanilla bean.
Back last summer. the wife canned apple pie filling. Okay. Oh my! I forgot what recipe she got that from, but that's some of the best apple pie filling I think I had. And she made an apple pie out of it, about a month or so ago. Let me tell you, that apple pie did not last the whole day.
Yeah.
Meatloaf sandwich sounds good too.
Oh God, yeah. A cold meatloaf sandwich with a cold piece of fried chicken. Meatloaf, fried chicken, and what was the other one? Corn on the cob. That's about the only thing I can eat cold.
Well, the people speaking out the most, like, okay, Bernie Sanders going on about oligarchs. Well,
Hey, don't forget the food.
What?
how did
Bernie
Bernie
Sanders
Sanders
doesn't have anything to do with our food conversation.
how did Bernie Sanders get to be worth? It's like either 20 or 40 million dollars. Same with Elizabeth Warren.
I thought I got off of that subject.
He's
Well,
eating too much apple pie.
Quit bringing the old subject back up. Wait next go around. We talking about meatloaf sandwich, cold
Pizza?
chicken, and cold corn on the cob,
Pizza?
and mayonnaise sandwich.
Well, I like meatloaf with a sauce on it. Homemade barbecue sauce.
Ketchup.
Brown sugar.
Yep.
A little few spices.
And melt some cheese on top of it and then grill it like a grilled cheese sandwich in a frying pan.
I've never done that. Never heard of doing that.
Well, it's a
Usually
sandwich.
doesn't make it that long.
Hey, look, my mother-in-law was one of the best cooks I know of. I loved her meatloaf, but everybody hated when I ate her meatloaf.
Because nobody else got any.
No. It was the after effects from
Oh,
it.
There's a product called Beano, Jeff.
Hey, not back in them days. They didn't have it.
Well, there's the back door too.
yeah. Instead of Beano's,
No.
Jeff had Ono's.
Oh no,
I had uh-ohs.
Beano before, quiet after.
Yeah, right. What I loved doing back in my younger days, I loved going to the bar, drinking draft beer, eating pickled eggs and hot sausages. Penrose, hot sausage. Go to work the next day, I'd work by myself. I loved it.
I put it in chat. I forget who was saying it, but Governor Abbott, I heard on the radio a couple of weeks ago, he worked with Democrats to create these opportunity housing developments in Texas.
Jim, really?
It was for the illegals. So he's trying to talk out of both sides of his mouth.
Spaghetti is another good thing. That's good the next day type thing.
Yeah, leftover after when the tomato sauce is absorbed by the pasta.
Yeah.
Everything's better the next day. It's all had a chance to congeal.
Chili. Yeah.
Especially homemade pinto beans with cornbread.
Oh yeah.
My wife makes a bacon chickpea pasta. You put bacon in it, chickpeas, spaghetti noodles, and onions. That is so tasty.
Sounds good.
Chickpea primavera.
Florida gonna drop. Shut up, Jeff.
That hasn't passed yet, but we're hoping.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but that's bringing politics back into the stream. That's why I told myself to hush up.
No, my lights are flickering.
Made her sandwich. Uh-oh.
Really? Go fix you about 2 or 3 mater sandwiches and a couple of bologna sandwiches. And a lot of coffee.
Is it raining there, Bushcraft?
We're getting ready to get a storm, so probably end up cutting it here pretty soon.
Oh, shit. And the wife told me a few months ago, I almost forgot to get medicine.
Oh yeah, I gotta take mine. I forgot about that.
Anybody who was on medicine and has not thought about taking it, take it now.
I gotta remember to take my glucosamine.
You might get this one, Jim.
It looks like a feeder band.
Well, that's still all right.
That's a storm front, big time.
Yeah, that's probably the one we had earlier. It moved through so fast.
That sounds more like straight line winds.
Yeah,
Good.
the one up towards Allentown's just missing us. Because I'm south of Allentown.
Yeah, you're over here somewheres.
I'm between Allentown and Philadelphia. Right next to Evansburg.
Yeah, that. Well, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but yeah.
If you zoom that in, there's a large green area, and I'm right next to that, the park.
Right side, left side, bottom side.
Amber,
I'm
landslip.
north of Norristown and north, let's see. I'm trying to read that.
West, southeast.
I'm near
Anybody
Ottawa.
come in here and bring some game meat.
South northwest.
Then
Yeah.
zoom it a little more.
Shot.
They're gonna take your town off the map.
Yeah, I'm northwest of Norristown. Everybody here calls it Norristown.
Trooper.
Right near Trooper. I'm half a mile off of Germantown Pike.
Okay.
And it doesn't show the park.
So,
Here's my
yeah,
North Range Avenue. I don't care if anybody knows it's on my website.
There's good old Jersey.
close.
And I haven't been to Jersey since probably 2000.
I haven't been there for 30 years.
Well, I'll tell you, the only way, to get to where my wife's brother used to live, we'd have to get on the Schuylkill Expressway, then take the Ben Franklin Bridge. And I think then we got on Route 42. Then we got on the Atlantic City Expressway. I mean, the Jersey Drive wasn't bad. It was the Schuylkill.
Deer sausage just sounds good too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that would cost $5 a pound around here, even after you provide the deer meat.
Oh, you mean to get it made? Oh,
It's $5 a pound to have any of the deer meat processed. The flour rate is 125 to 175.
Do it yourself.
Well, I can't make sausage, but I got a good knife to cut off the cut the thighs up.
Yeah, we would the inner tenderloin, we would eat that, or backstrap, whatever you guys call it, but we'd eat that up when we right there and doing the butchering, and then most of it would go to get ground up, and then the normal backstrap and a few other pieces would be for steak or jerky.
In fact, the tenderloins are probably the only part you could put on the frying pan with onions and green pepper that's going to come out real good.
Oh yeah. Well, there is other parts on the.
But that's better in the slow cooker. It makes it more tender. And the thing I found a few years ago, because I didn't keep any this past year because of the weather, If it's the longer it's in the freezer, the less gamey the taste is.
I don't taste game. I don't. Everybody says, "Oh, I get the game taste." I can't stand that stuff. I don't taste it. I taste meat.
The older ones are more gamey than the younger ones.
I've had one of the worst things I had to clean was a groundhog, but we ate it, and I never even tasted the gaminess in that. And everybody says there's no way to get rid of the gamey taste in a groundhog.
How much meat do you get from a groundhog?
Quite a bit, quite more than you would think off of a rodent.
There's a few fat ones here that I bet weigh over 20 pounds.
Oh, they get big.
I mean, a few of them are so big, their belly's dragging.
Well, the one that they in February, that thing is huge. That thing has to be about 50 pounds, 60.
Well,
Holly's never got any. I remember once, it's a shame. Last year, Miss Heidi was alive. I tied her to the truck, and I get tools out of the truck. Next thing I knew, I hear this sound, and I walk over, and she's got a dead groundhog in her mouth.
Oh,
She broke its neck.
I remember I had a Dalmatian, and we just moved up into out in the country area, and we kept the dog outside for a while until we were getting the house fixed up, because he had a lot of energy in that dog, and he went and got a rabbit and ate it and died 2 days later from whatever that rabbit had or whatnot.
You figure dogs can get sick from eating field mice.
Well,
today when I was planting trees, I had Holly with me. I had her tied to the bumper of the truck.
Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead.
What's in the sandwich? Meatloaf?
Tomato sandwich.
That's it. Homegrown.
Too funny, Jeff.
My tomatoes
Yeah,
are still growing up in my grow room.
Well, part of my garden is behind the monitor in the kitchen. I got all these containers with seeds that germinated finally.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Mother's Day and then get them out there and let them go to town.
I'm going to wait till the first weekend of June because you never know with the frost.
That's a bad word nowadays.
Frost.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice when you get an early frost in October, though, but not this late in the year.
Bushcraft, what you doing tomorrow?
Well, if it doesn't rain too much more, I'm gonna get the grass cut because I didn't get a chance to do it today.
Yeah, I got to cut around the house one of these days. It's looking like I got all this ground tilled. I got roadways mowed, but around the house, it's like it needs cut. But I got to get the trees planted.
In the 30s.
That's what I'm just reading.
Ooh.
Man.
I mean, we had some. It got 24 last week.
Shoot, we won't see that again until next year unless it's a freak event.
Oh, we had 2 nights this week where it got into the high 30s.
Yeah, it was.
I appreciate that.
For one night it got down to 24. The other one was in the 30s, but it was like 80, and then the next day was 50, and then at night got to 24. Actually had to turn the heat back on.
Well,
I've done that the night.
I'm not going to turn the AC on until it gets like 78 in here.
No, we didn't say AC. We said heat.
Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call tonight.
Okay.
Thanks for everybody hanging out, and those who won prizes, make sure you send an email and tell me what you won and all that stuff, and I'll try to get it out by Friday. See how the mail.
Grace, give Lucky some spaghetti for me.
Oh, my chickens used to love leftover spaghetti. They go down on that. You see them running around with spaghetti hanging out their mouth.
I think Grace said she gave Lucky some spaghetti tonight.
Yeah. Thank you. As long as it's not that big wind, because I'm always worried about my roof popping off.
Well, you ain't got to worry about a tree falling on you now.
Yeah. Everybody else was, everybody was talking about on Facebook because they were showing their trees and everything that's blown over. And one person had a tree come out of their yard and land in their second floor part of their house.
Darn.
Yeah. It was I mean, it was a doozy at first, and then half an hour it was gone.
You figure unless they got bad water on them that's rotted, trees are more likely to get uprooted when the ground is saturated.
Oh yeah. But I should be live Friday. We'll see. More than likely I will be. Everybody have a good night, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Take it easy.
Out.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah. Thank you.